right.
Hey everybody, I'm on Ksmallwood's channel, and she invited me over here to talk about the broadcast. Let's and we're going to talk about this petition that we're actually working on to get signatures together so we can do a class action lawsuit against Google for discrimination. Let me refresh this because I don't see us in the chat yet. Let's make sure this is live.
Under the preview, is that where I need to block the mic mute? Okay, got it.
Yeah, we're yes. Yeah, we're live. So cool. Let's look in the chat, see who showed up tonight. Got a thumbs up already. So again, you guys, it's Enter the Stars. I'm over here on Censoring's channel. This is our
Hey guys.
this is her first live hangout. So she invited me here to talk about the petition that we're going to sign to basically approach Google and try to end this discrimination, this discriminatory actions against channels like ours who get some good content up, and then for no reason, basically Google decides to unmonetize our videos. And you know, over time, it's like nickeling and diming the true channels that work really hard, and a lot of us are supported mainly by our YouTube channels. And over time, it's a nuisance. It's unfair, and we've already got about 50 signatures in this petition. We're gonna try to get some big channels to sign this petition. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the link to the petition in the chat here, so you guys can go ahead and sign this. So what's going on, Kim?
Not a whole lot. Just got through getting struck by lightning for the second time in my life, but I'm still alive and kicking, so it's all good.
Yeah, that was nuts. I was like on the phone.
Crazy.
And you're like, you went to go type the keyboard, and all of a sudden, boom! It just like lit you up, huh?
Yeah, it shocked my fingers pretty well, and then my hand was shaking real bad. It was like almost like I was holding firecrackers, and boom, it just went off in my hand. And then for like a few minutes, my hand was just shaking. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then it turned off your router, like some of your lights went out, right?
Yeah, all the lights in the house went out, and then the router went off completely. I thought it was fried.
Wow. We got some people in the chat. Wendell, we got Starry Days. Thanks you guys for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Casey, question here. How do I see the live chat? I can't see it.
How do you see the live chat?
Yeah, do I need to just alt-tab and view?
Well, if you have your YouTube screen pulled up, it should show up on the side, and it says hide chat or show chat. So if you don't see the chat at the top, it should say show chat, and you click on that, and it should drop the chat down.
I don't see that one viewing pane at all. I see the preview. And I don't see where it says show chat anymore. That's not up anymore.
Oh, scroll up. Maybe if you just scroll down a little bit, scroll all the way to the top.
Okay, view on watch page or
view on watch page. That's what you want.
Yeah, I see it. Got it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we're on.
So we got 5 people in here viewing. Thanks you guys for coming out. Awesome that Kim is having me on the show. Kind of showing her the ropes on how to do this this live hangout. It's a little complicated if you're doing it the first time, but once you do it once, it gets pretty easy after that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're actually doing really well. Normally there's like a big echo and like all this stuff going on, and you did good.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, didn't know if you all noticed my false flag video. It's got like over 4,000 views. YouTube will not let me monetize that for no reason given. No copyright notation, nothing. So you all need to go ahead, share this video, share the petition, get everybody you can to sign it. Even if you have no channel, you all need to spread this like wildfire.
You know what you can do, Kim, is copy the link to that video, and you can drop it right here in the chat because this is your hangout, so you can have any links you want in this chat. So
will it let me just copy your link right there?
You
got it.
Yeah, and also the link to your video where
right.
got unmonetized. And you guys, this is more common than you might think, and you know, some people might be under the impression that YouTubers make all this money. You guys, we don't make any money. I mean, it's 100,000 views you have to get to make $100. Now, if that's money that you're just getting on the side and you're working full time and this is just extra money, then hey, that's one thing. But I can tell you, it's very difficult to get 100,000 views on YouTube anymore because YouTube is saturated now with all kinds of people on here trying to get views. So there's only so many hours in the day that people have to watch YouTube videos. So to get 100,000 views is not easy. You know, my channel averages about 500,000 views a month. I make $500. And if YouTube unmonetizes 5 or 10 of my videos during that month, that's hundreds of dollars, you guys. And for me, this is my sole income. And it's my main source of income, not my sole income. And for all the time and effort I put into this, when they do that to me, it just bugs me because there's no reason to unmonetize a video. There's nothing wrong with the videos. They're not flagged for copyright. They just, YouTube decides, it's worked into their contract or whatever, that they just decide which videos are going to monetize and which ones are not. And so, you know, we want to see if people can help with this petition. We need to get some big channels on board who want to be part of this class action lawsuit. And like I said, I'll go ahead and share screens and show you guys the petition. Let's see here. Share screen. And you guys can see this. I think many of you guys have already signed it. And thank you for those of you that have signed it already. Let's see. Let's go over here. Here's a petition. Can you see my screen now, Kim?
I'm not seeing it, no.
Not yet? Okay, give it a second here. You're going to be watching from your, okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So let's go in here. Let's see your petition. Okay, so here's the petition. We're up to 50 signatures. Let me refresh this. Maybe we got a couple more. And at 51 signatures, I want to get at least to 100. Kim has big goals. She wants to get to 1,000. I don't know if we're going to achieve that goal. But at this point, we would take this to an attorney who would basically do a pro bono service for us and get paid, you know, as a result of, you know, winning this lawsuit. We have a case here, you guys. We're being discriminated against. So people with other subject matter with far racier material, their videos go fully monetized and viral on top of it. Okay. Our videos get like pushed to the side and unmonetized just because we're questioning the official story of a news broadcast, for instance. That's how ridiculous this gets. It's like we don't have the right to have free thought and speak out against things. So that's pretty much what's happening. Now there's some breaking news here. And I guess this just showed up. There was another bombing. Breakaway Pakistani faction of the militant Taliban group claimed responsibility for an Easter Sunday bombing that killed 65 people. So this is twice as many people killed than at the Brussels airport. So they're saying the Taliban did it. And it was mostly Christians, you guys, that got killed. 300 wounded. It says here it was a crowded Christian park in the eastern city of Lahore. So this is pretty crazy, you guys. Breaking news, apparently. So we are on, what's today? What's today's date?
Is it 27? 3/27.
Wow. Right on. So what else you got, Kim?
I'm still kind of shook up about the lightning a while ago. I was all pumped up for this, and then it just kind of like, oh.
Oh, yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, I heard this like buzzing sound, went bzzz, like that. And it was long. It wasn't like a quick, it was like a bzzz, like that. And then I heard you scream, and then I heard the kids in the background, and you're like, I just got struck by lightning. And I was like, whoa.
I was typing on the keyboard and my index finger, it's like simultaneously my index finger hit the keyboard, lightning struck, all the lights went out, and I don't know, this is the second time it's happened to me, and I like kind of jumped back. I don't know if the bolt like made me jump back, or What happened? It's just, it happened so fast. It is so hard to explain. If it's happened to any of you all, I don't know, please share, because it's really freaking me out. It happened last summer too. Just
Yeah.
because a cord was laying on my knee when lightning struck near my house last summer, and it shocked my knee. And then my laptop wasn't even plugged into the outlet. I've got it unplugged from the wall. So it went through the router somehow.
Wow. That's nuts. And you're out there in Kentucky.
Yeah, I have a metal roof. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
I'm thinking so. It's like a conductor. Yeah. You might want to like, who built that? Who built it? Was it built with the house?
Yeah, we wanted the metal roof. We had it built about 4 years ago. A contractor built it. So, I mean, I don't know who actually put, the roof on. I mean, do I need to contact, I guess maybe ask the electric company about it. I don't know. But I mean, that's 2 times now, and
Yeah.
well, about a year.
Maybe see insulation or something, like maybe you should talk to that contractor and say, here's the problem. What do you think it is? And see if he has an answer for you, huh?
Oh, the contractor is, he actually filed bankruptcy. He's no longer building houses. So if I need to get a hold of anybody, like say the flooring or, the person that put in the garage, the concrete, I have nothing. So they only have like a year contract anyways. So after that, you're pretty much done anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's nuts. Yep. It's Easter Sunday. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Happy Easter, you all. I don't really feel comfortable celebrating it. But there's other people in the family that do. I think as long as you know the truth that's out there, I don't think God's going to frown upon that. I mean, this whole world is so asleep that, there's so much, I just woke up, 3-4 years ago. So, I mean, and I've got young kids, so it's really hard to explain to my youngest one. But like my oldest one came up to me and she's like, Mom, are we going to have Easter baskets tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah, but she's learning, at least she asked, right?
Yeah. Little by little, I mean, shoot, I can't even speak to that because my kids aren't even young anymore. I can't imagine if I would have woke up when my kids were like little, because then you're faced with all that, like they're going to be different now and everything's going to be changed and you're going to have to make some hard choices. And the culture is so ingrained in the culture. And so what happens is, it's done on purpose. The enemy does this on purpose. He gets us emotionally invested in our culture and holidays, patriotism, all these things, so that when we finally do wake up and find the truth, we don't want to be ostracized. We don't want to be different. We don't want our kids to feel different. And it's like, it's this nagging thing because we keep understanding that we're not supposed to do it, but then we don't really take the steps to do it. And that's between you and God. That's between everybody and God. I've made the choices I've made, but my path is going to be different than other people, and I'm in a different position too. My kids aren't small anymore. So it's not like I really care, how they feel because they're making their own choices now. And so it's a tough road, but once you're free, you're free. And then
Right.
all of a sudden it's like a huge relief, because you're not worrying about what I'm going to do for Valentine's Day, what I'm going to do for Christmas, what I'm going to do for Easter. You're not worrying about that anymore. And all that's by design. It's what moves, it's what drives our economy. Make no mistake. Holidays drive our economy, you guys. It's part of the worship. And every time a holiday comes up, we spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on these events. And it's part of the sorcery. So
What was it, Starry Days? She said she just watched a video of a man surprising a wife with a positive pregnancy test. It got 1.6 mil views.
oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff people want to watch.
They're asleep. They're asleep.
I mean, it's not that that couldn't be entertaining, but we've been programmed for this reality TV mindset, you know? And also we've been programmed to not like and to hate real truth or anything that's different than the mainstream. People are taught to like ostracize those kind of people from and not like it and not share it and not respect it and not understand that it's the truth. And truthers are, this is a tough road, you know. And so I have much love for people decide to pick up the cross on this and to live this reality of searching and finding the real truth about how we're living. So
What was it? The other day I went to the Hardin County Clerk's office to get tags on our vehicles, and they had closed at noon for Good Friday. And I'm walking out, and this woman's walking up to the door, and I said, they're closed. And it's like she didn't even hear me. She just looked at me, and I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, they're closed. And she looked at me and she said, oh, I didn't even know who you were. And I do not know this woman from Adam. And I said, no, ma'am, they're closed. And she goes, oh, okay. And then she walks to her car. It's like people are programmed to only hear what they want to hear.
yeah.
She didn't even hear what I said. It's just like Obama getting on the station and saying, you know, we are here training ISIS. Is that not going through people's heads? It's going through one ear and out the other. He basically said it on live TV. We are training ISIS.
Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
They don't get it. They don't want to believe it. And even if they did, they're so heavily invested in America, right? These are people who, you know, loved America. I mean, I love my country, but when you wake up to the actual nuts and bolts, the framework of the country and what it has done and lied to us about, you have to come to terms with that eventually. You know, you just have to. Real quick, some people are asking about the site. I guess, and this happened to me the other day on the petition site. When I
You had asked to donate. You do not have to donate.
yeah, do not donate. That's
No.
part of this site for other people that want donations, but do not. In fact, I'm going to try to change the settings so that it.
I mean, you can donate if you want. I didn't donate, but if you look at the top, it says petition signed successfully. So once it's got your signature, you're good. You can just X out.
Yeah, and I ask people just please don't donate. Just this isn't the purpose of this was to get donations. So I'm going to try to delete that donate thing afterwards. I don't know if I can, but just disregard that. Activity fee. Let's look on here.
I think there's more than 4 people in here. It's saying 4 watching. There's more than 4 people in here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's another thing, you know, they're censoring. You know, somebody's not going to want to click on a live stream that only 4 are watching because it's not going to seem entertaining to anybody.
Right.
You know, I mean, unless they know the channel, which, I mean, I've got quite a big following right now. I'm getting it, but you know, it's a matter of time. I'm trying.
Yeah, yeah. Little by little, you know. Right now, YouTube is saturated. You know, even I joined in 2012. It seemed like it took forever to get up to like 5,000 subscribers. It took me like a year, and you know, I was doing 2 and 3 and 4 videos a day. And now YouTube's 10 times more saturated. With basically, YouTube has been popularized through viral videos, and they show people with these videos that hit 1 million views, and they get $1,000 check or whatever, you know, and some people have made some good money on YouTube, but it's not for everybody. I mean, that's the thing with it. But going viral is now heavily controlled by Google. They control the ability for anything to go viral, even if it's some of the best information out there. And that's part of this lawsuit, is that there are these secret algorithms and windows and gates that viral videos pass through unimpeded, and then they close those gates for any truth channels. So basically, we're like suppressed and held down. I mean, with 30,000 subscribers that I have, many of my videos should be hitting 100,000, 200, 300, 500,000 views, just for the mere fact that even if half those people share those videos, they should go viral, but they just never do. And so that tells me something. It's not like I'm putting up garbage videos. Many of my videos are very profound information, you know, and they just don't go viral. So,
well, the thing is, they want you to go back to the beast system. They are tempting you. They are wanting you to get fed up, tired, and wanting you to go back to the beast system. That's their whole plan. You know, get somebody, work 8 hours a day, stay up a few hours, get 8 hours of sleep, and then repeat. They don't want to have people to have the time to actually sit there and be able to find the truth, get on YouTube and, you know, have the time to find the truth. I didn't find the truth until I stopped working. That's when I started waking up. Before then, I was, you know, 888. That was it.
That's it. 8 hours.
And that's exactly what they want.
Exactly. And they want you to get frustrated. They want you to sell out. They want you to agree to go along with their program. A couple examples of that. When I first started out, I was approached by Hollywood, who wanted me to basically sell out. And I didn't understand it at the time because I was such a small channel that I didn't get what was happening. But basically, the guy asked me if I wanted to basically take enter the stars to 1 billion people. That was his promise to me. And we were going to hire people to answer all my comment section and all. I go, really, dude? I go, I've only got 5,000 subscribers. Like, why? He goes, well, you have talent and this and that. And I actually considered it at the time because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know that this is what they do. They get you early because they recognize talent. They have recruiters that come out, and then they once you're bought and sold, then you know you then owe them, right? You have to go along their agenda, and then they know that you're not going to want to give up the fame and money, so then they have you, right? And I decided to take the slow road, and that's why here I am, you know, 4 years later with 30,000 subscribers when I should have like 300,000. You know?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's a tough road, but you know, it's what we signed up for, right, Kim?
Right, exactly. You know, but you know, we also signed up to help spread the truth and stop, you know, that's exactly what this live broadcast is about, to help stop the tyranny and to help others also be aware. You know, we get this petition signed, this could be big. And thank you. You know, I just wanted to say thank you, Casey, for helping me out and for, you know, actually making this petition and, you know, allowing us to, you know, show that we're not afraid. You know, anybody that signs this petition, we're basically saying we're not scared of you. You know, you do not scare us.
Well, my heart goes out, and I want to stick up for people. That's what I do on my channel. I want to stick up for the people that are downtrodden. You know, those are the people that Jesus came for. He came from the people that were downtrodden, that were abused, that were neglected, that were cast aside. And I understand what it's like when you're first starting out as a YouTube channel and you get excited because people are actually listening to what you have to say. But then when you got Google, the big brother over your back going, oh, we're just going to decide that we're not going to let you monetize your very first viral video. It hurts, you know, it's like, really?
Exactly.
And then you go on other channels and you see like, and I use this example in the petition. Someone sent me a video a while back about a girl. I'm not going to say her name. You guys will probably know who she is. She had a condition, a congenital condition where, and it's apparently this congenital condition occurs more frequently in people with polychromia, which is basically where you have eyes of two different colors within the same eye, or two different eyes that are two different, completely different colors. And they sent me one of her videos that she did where she doesn't talk about her transsexual orientation. And she was just talking about her condition, her congenital condition. I'm like, wow, what a neat girl, you know, like, wow, she's got this condition where her eyes are spread a little bit further apart. And she uses her makeup to try to, like, you know, accent her features, and she holds her differences proudly. Well, so I subscribed to the channel, and then I get a notification that she uploaded a new video. So I go back on there and I start watching the video, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm 3 months into my estrogen therapy, and now I'm starting to grow breasts." And I go, "You've got to be kidding me. She's a transsexual." And I look, and this girl has 300,000 subscribers. Every single one of her videos hits like 40, 50,000 views on every single video because she's documenting her transsexual progression. At one point, she pulled her breast out of her bra, even though out of her shirt. She wasn't exposed, but her bra was. And she was like, "Look." And then she's touching it. And I'm thinking to myself, and Google's guidelines say if it's racy, we're not going to let you monetize it. So they let that go and go viral and get paid, but then they don't let like us talking about esoteric things about a terrorist attack or identifying the numbers in a terrorist attack. All of a sudden, that's not admissible. Or questioning if someone is an actor in a false flag event, or if someone photoshopped a photo. All of a sudden, that's deemed racy. It just doesn't make sense. It's a double standard of all double standards. I mean, there could be children watching these videos, not sure about their sexuality, watching this woman who's on estrogen therapy, who was a man and now is turning into a woman. I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. And there's been people that have been coming out about this Brussels false flag attack, saying, "Oh, it's real, it's real." And there's been more and more coming out that this thing is false all the way around. People are using dummies, people are, like that one guy I put in my video where he's laying down. You can see that tile, there's a ceiling tile. It was strategically placed underneath of him. It would have been on top of him. Just stuff like that. People cannot see. It's crazy. It's
or like the guy carrying the baby.
The baby dummy.
Yeah.
Monkey baby dummy.
Yeah. Monkey baby dummy. And the crazy thing is, like, people are actually in the comment section of the video where I saw that the guy was getting the video was getting thumbs down like crazy. Like, it was like 3/4 thumbs down. And then people are like, "You guys are sick for thinking that's not a real baby." And I'm like, can't you see that that's not a real baby? I mean, that's like night and day. I mean, it was clearly a dummy. And here's the thing. People might argue, okay, it was a dummy. What does that prove? Well, if you just got bombed, would you be picking up a baby that your kid's baby doll? No, you'd leave it there. You'd get the heck out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there was a guy actually carrying a toddler and you could tell it was a dummy because the body was not proportioned right. You had the shoes facing frontwards, but then the body was backwards and you couldn't see a head. I mean, how blunt do you get?
Right. And just the way that guy was carrying the baby too, like he wasn't carrying like a baby that he was trying to protect who just got bombed. I would be like holding, like very gingerly holding the child, caressing the head, like wow, I hope the child's okay. I'll be looking at the child, telling the child's going to be okay.
I'd have something covering its face so it didn't inhale the smoke. I mean,
right, exactly. And he's just like running around like it was a fake baby, basically. Like this guy who had no idea what a father does. Like I remember when my kids were little, and I had this backpack, and I would stick my kids in the backpack, and their feet would dangle out of the bottom, and I always took special care to make sure that they were safe back there. And,
exactly.
Or if I carried them in the snuggly in the front, I had full attention on what I was doing. It was, everything was, done carefully. So.
Well, same thing in Boston bombing. That woman, that redheaded woman that was carrying that baby, she was holding it with one hand too. Just casually holding it, one hand to the side. And like it didn't weigh nothing because it didn't weigh anything.
Right.
Same thing.
One thing I mentioned on my show earlier tonight was that in these false flags, people may have been getting hurt. Bombs could have really went off. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I can tell you this. Why is it that every single type of bombing has been covered? Why did we have an outdoor bombing with the Boston bombing? Then we had a school bombing with Sandy Hook. Then we had a theater shooting. And now we have an airport. So it's like they're covering all the bases. I mean, if that is an indicator of this all being fake, then I don't know what is. You know? I mean,
right. They have it to where they can get everybody strategically placed, you know, all the actors in place, you know, so they can perform. You know, they don't have it like in a Kmart or a Walmart or a grocery store, you know, where there's people that would be unaware that could actually get hurt, you know, per se.
Exactly.
No, it's all planned, and it's all, and for the people that believe it, you know, I was one of those people. I remember I was going back through Facebook back when Sandy Hook happened. And I remember seeing a post on there, you know, I was sad. It literally, it affected me. It really affected me, all those kids dying. And then, you know, shortly after that, I become awake, and it was like, man, you know, they got me.
Yeah, that whole Sandy Hook thing was nuts. I mean, it was crazy because we all knew it wasn't real. I mean, there's so much stuff we've even forgotten about, you know, like they're chasing these multiple people are running through the woods behind the school, but yet they're saying it was only one person, and supposedly Adam Lanza was already dead, but yet they're chasing some guy down the side of the school and into the woods.
That was to keep our eyes off of the school. You know, that camera up in the helicopter was, you know, eyeing there on those guys. So no telling what they were actually doing. They might have been getting the rest of the kids out then. Who knows? I mean, I don't even think there was a full school that day. Honestly, I don't even think that school was working in working condition. Right. Didn't they get the internet reports, and that school had not been active since what, 2010, was it?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the other crazy thing is there was no mass exodus, there was no mass evacuation. They never showed a large group of kids coming out, even though they had the helicopter overhead. They had people shuffling all the way through the firehouse, going round and round and round and round in circles. We saw that, you know, and going back even further with 9/11, you know, it's interesting how they created a counterbalance. They created the Michael Moore, right? And he was like 9/11 Clues, I think it was. But then they did that. It was really smart how they did it, because they counterbalanced the Patriots. Okay, so they basically made the Democrats come up with a conspiracy theory, right? Knowing that if the Republicans, a Republican type of figure, would have come out with a conspiracy theory, then that would have been damaging. But instead, they did the counterbalance. In other words, they put the conspiracy theory on the unpopular side, which was with the Democrats, right? So all the Democrats hated Bush. And so they're like, okay, we're going to have to put the conspiracy theory. So it was like controlled opposition is the way I saw that, right? And everything that was based on, this is what concerns me about Trump, is everything that's based on the Michael Moore 9/11 Clues is all the same stuff that Trump is talking about. He's not talking about the real solid evidence that we have. He's not mentioning Building 7 falling without a plane hitting it. He's not mentioning that Building 7 was built and opened at the exact halfway point of the World Trade Center. He's not mentioning any of that. But you know, so it's like he's again controlled opposition. And he's saying Bush had foreknowledge. Okay, so he had foreknowledge. That's not damaging enough for them. So it's like controlled opposition.
Well, as my mom said, she thinks he's a communist.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, I wouldn't put it past him. I don't doubt that he isn't.
Well, I think what we have to understand is that basically all of those guys are on the same side. They all had to go through many, many glass ceilings to get to where they're at. They've already sold out a long time ago. Trump, with his business dealings, make no mistake, in order to become rich in this country, doors have to open for you. I don't care how much money you have. It can all go away if the people at the top want to make it go away. If they want to let you maintain your riches, you can maintain it, but you got to play ball. You got to play by the rules. You got to do what they say. You guys, if you haven't learned by now, many of the food corporations are all centralized. There's a chart that came out several years ago showing how all the food conglomerates are owned by like a few companies. Nestle, just a few companies own all the food companies. So what are they going to do? If they want you to do something with your food company and you don't do it, oh, we'll just make a different food company the main food company then. You see how that works?
Yep.
So, yeah. Got some regulars on my channel in here. Good to see you guys in here. This is kind of a last minute thing. Texas 7, Wendell, recognize you. Starry Days, Indoor Ice Lacrosse. Ryan, I think you've come to my channel before too, so it's good to have you guys on tonight. We're just shooting the breeze tonight. Kim's recovering from her lightning strike.
And my sickness on top of that. I don't know. I kind of got a jump from that. It was almost like a natural high after I got struck by lightning. It was weird. I was like kind of happy. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If anybody's ever been struck or shocked by lightning, please share.
That's crazy.
Is this normal?
Any lightning stories in here? That's crazy.
It's happened to me twice.
Yeah, something in that Kentucky air.
I don't know. Storm's calmed down now. It's finally stopped.
That's good. I can't even imagine storms this time of the year. I guess it is still it's spring, so I guess you guys are probably still getting some rain. Our rainy season's over here in California. We're done.
Really?
Yeah, the lakes are still dry. It's dismal. Lakes are just still like at 14%, 10%. The fish are dying. It's nuts.
Yeah, Wendell said it's starting here in Michigan. Where are you at, Indoor? Are you in Michigan too?
Indoor ice lacrosse. Yeah, he's getting some storms there. Hitting me now. And Wendell too.
There's a lot of lightning with this storm. It might not be the same storm that's hitting here. I'm in Kentucky, so Wendell, you're in Michigan. It's probably a different line of storms. Detroit. Okay.
Yeah.
No, the wind is getting colder tonight, so that's why it's storming. The temperature's starting to drop. So it was really warm today. It was like 70, 73-ish. So it's pretty warm for Easter. I think last year Easter it was really cold and rainy, and the year before it was snowing. So we never know what it's going to be like here in Kentucky. I don't even watch the weather forecast anymore. It just doesn't even help to watch it because you never know. It changes hourly.
Yeah. Well, what else we got?
Well, anything else on that latest bombing, Casey?
Let me take a look. Pakistan Taliban faction claims Easter Park bombing. This is nuts. I don't see any more updates. I think the Taliban claim responsibility. You guys, here's the thing too. What they're gonna do. Okay, we talked.
Don't you think that's awfully quick for them to go ahead and, claim responsibility for that? It's awfully quick.
Part of the cash deal they make with the New World Order is that's part of the plan. They're told that they're supposed to claim responsibility. That's how they get the paycheck.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's all planned. I was just making a statement. Yeah, don't you think it's kind of quick? For people that, are, that might be listening, that might be still asleep, just letting them know. It's got to be planned. It was just too quick. Oh, the Taliban, so now we've got ISIS and then we've got Taliban. This is all just going to start planning World War III is what it is.
Right. It's all part of the
what it's leading to.
Yeah. Yeah, because the paycheck, Okay, so if you're a Taliban or Al Qaeda or ISIS, you get a check. You don't just make bombs. You don't just scrape together money to get weapons. You don't just have all this free time to plan these attacks. That's not how it works. They're financed. So where does the money come from? Well, according to the Taliban person or the ISIS person, the operative, they get a check. They oftentimes don't know where this money's coming from. Okay, and they justify that by saying, "Oh, okay, well, I'm not supposed to know where the money's coming from because they want to remain private, right? That way, in case I get captured, they're not going to be able to get the information out of me." So it's like in a silo. But the fact of the matter is these people are financed by our own government to create the chaos. That's the thing. So it's now when you look at things in those terms, it's not too far outside the realm of possibility to justify what I'm explaining to you, because now you see how it works. Everything is the machine of the world is run by money. Money makes everything move. Okay, and the only thing that changes is who the money's coming from. All right. So who prints the money? Who has the most to gain out of financing terrorist attacks? Well, the New World Order does, because then they're not going to have dissidents who stand in their way and not allow them to implement their plans. They're make no mistake. Their plan is to have world control. They don't want 1 billion people with different ideas in the direction that they want to take the world. They can't have that. So what is the best way to get us all in check? Through fear. How do they get us into fear? Well, they can't just blow us all up. There's not even enough bombs for them to just kill everybody. And then they'd have to deal with all the dead bodies and all that. So they'd rather just trick us into. So they trick us by doing terrorism. They do events that have a big bang for their buck. They stage these events, and then they slowly change the rules, change the laws, change the legislation, so that we all just file in like cattle into what they want. And it's all headed toward Agenda 2030, Agenda 21, putting us in small cell-like units. All land will be confiscated by the federal government. Here's your space in a high-rise. You get 10 by 10 feet per person. You're not allowed to harvest any resources out of the environment anymore. You're not allowed to have any carbon emissions. Make no mistake, this is what they have planned for us, you guys.
They're saving all the money for the FEMA coffins.
Right. No access to natural resources. Everything has to be manufactured. Everything has to come through them. And in order to get it through them, you have to work and you have to get money to pay for what they provide. In other words, you can't go out and shoot a deer anymore. They're slowly tightening the screws on all things. Like, 20 years ago when I used to go fish, if I had $2 in my pocket and my skateboard, I could get on a skateboard and go to the nearest fishing hole and catch dinner. Now you got to have a $50, $60 fishing license per year. And then they jack up the price of gas. To drive anywhere, you're going to be paying $20, $30 to get to the location. Then there's all these rules. And then because of overpopulation, the fish populations have been cut down dramatically, especially near populated areas. So you're not even guaranteed to catch a fish. So now a fishing trip that used to cost you $5 now is going to cost you $100. And so do you get my point? You can't eat to survive anymore out of nature. It's not cost effective. In other words, you still need money to do that. Whereas before with the Native Americans, they could subsist in nature, like truly subsist without needing money. And now that's not possible. See, so.
I wanted to give a shout out to my mommy. She's actually in the chat.
Oh, right on. Hey, girl, what's up?
Lucina's World 1013, or Lucy's World 1013. That's my mom, guys. Say hi.
Lucy.
Yeah. It's really cool to actually have, somebody in my family awake with me. A lot of people can't say that. So that just makes it all better. you know.
I want to give shout outs to you, Kim, for taking the stand and making a YouTube channel. You know, I gave the challenge out about a year ago when I just was really did this drive to try to help people start YouTube channels and to empower them, because it is really, it's therapeutic to get on here and talk about things going on in our life and the truth. It's actually a good thing. It actually helps you. And
Right.
not too many people took the challenge. You know, I was kind of surprised. I even offered to help people. This is when I had more time. I don't have a lot of time now, but back then I offered to help people with the programs that they need and all that to get started, and to show them how to edit a video together and capture a screen and all that. And had very few takers, you know, but Kim got on the horse and she did it. She got herself a computer and she's doing it. And we all start out and then we grow into this. You know, we get better and better every video we make, and pretty soon the Holy Spirit is working through us and we're sharing the truth with many, many people. And that's what this is all about. You there, Kim? Uh-oh, did we lose Kim? She's running the hangout, so I don't know how we could have lost her. She might have muted her line by accident. So let's see. Oh, Azaro's in the house. 313. Good to have you in here. I'm still connected. We lost you, Kim. We can't hear you. So that must mean you're muted your line by accident. Let's see here. Share permanent link. Oh, yeah, she got knocked out. I'm still here. Can you guys hear me? Maybe she's been having problems with the router after that lightning strike. It like shut off. Cool, you guys can hear me, but we cannot hear Kim. I think she dropped out, so hopefully she knows how to get back in. Let's see here. Share the permanent link. Where are you, Kim? Yeah. Lucy said, I hope lightning didn't get her again. Something with that metal roof. Get that contractor back in there and have him fix it. Ryan says, or Google calculated that she's the next hot ticket in town. Yeah, they're trying to recruit her. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Well, until she comes back, I'm trying to see if I have anything I can screen share with you guys. Yeah, another bombing. See, now they're going to ramp up these bombings. 2016, they're going to get all this done before Obama leaves office. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be all these changes that are going to occur. Make no mistake, United Nations is going to be involved. And they're going to push this UN agenda, you guys, which is what it's all about. Might even affect our presidential elections. You never know. Let's see here if I got anything to share with you guys. Well, I guess we can probably cut the broadcast. I need to probably jump off here anyway, you guys. But thanks you guys for showing up. Let me drop this petition in here one more time before we leave. I think everyone pretty much here has signed it already. Appreciate that, you guys. We're up to, let's see here. We're up to looks like 54 signatures so far. So thanks you guys for participating. Love you guys. And I guess we'll catch up with you soon. Take care and be safe.